go ahead and conduct the safety start. I'm going to put the clutch all the way in. Make sure that my truck is in neutral. Okay, my ABS light did come out. I'm waiting for the gauges to settle. And I'm going to go ahead and start my vehicle. Okay, first thing first, I'm going to go with safety, which is my safety belt. It's properly mounted secured. Not no abrasions, frays, or cuts. It latches and unlatches, and it's adjusted to me. Then I'm going to go with my fire extinguisher. It's properly mounted secured. It's properly rated, and the pin is in place. No visible leaks. Then I have my fire extinguisher. My triangles. They're properly mounted secured. Proper color is amber. Then I have my spare fuses above me. Then my city horn and my highway horn. Next thing, I'm going to go with my glass, which is my my left mirror and my right mirror, or my driver's side mirror and my passenger mirror. They're properly mounted, secured, not been broken or cracked, and they're free of debris. Then I'm going to go ahead and go with the windshield. It's properly mounted, secured, not been broken or cracked, and there's no illegal stickers, and it's free of debris. My windshield wipers are properly mounted, secured, not been broken or cracked, no abrasions, frays, or cuts, and they're making 100% contact. They work and they squirt. Okay, now as I reach out, I'm going to check that my defrost works. It works. And now I'm going to check my heater works. It works. Put it back on cold. Okay, now I'm going to do my indicators. My left turn signal works, my right turn signal works, my high beams work, and my four-way flashers work. From there, I'm going to move on to my gauges. My primary tank and my secondary tank are properly working, and its proper operating range is at 125. Then I have my oil pressure gauge, which is properly working, and its proper operating range, which is between 40 and 60. I have my depth tank, which is properly working, and it is no less than 1/8 filled. I have my water temperature gauge, which is properly working, and its proper operating range at 180. Then I'm going to check my volts on my battery, which is at 14.2, which is proper operating range. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and fan my brakes down to 100, my PSI on my air brake system to 100, and make sure that I RPM back at for about around 14 RPM so that I can hear my air governor cut off. So I'm going to go ahead and start right now. I'm going to lower the windows, and I'm going to start fanning it down to about 100 PSI. Okay, it's about 100 there. Now I'm going to RPM up, and I should hear my air governor cut off. As soon as I do, I'll let you all know. That's my primary tank. I'm still waiting on my secondary tank to go off. My tanks are at 125, which is proper operating range. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my vehicle, turn my vehicle back on accessory mode, wait till my gauges settle again. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and press both my tractor supply line and my trailer supply line, and I'm going to conduct my applied pressure test, which means I won't lose more than 4 psi in a minute. At that point, I'll tell the examiner to test me for that 1 minute or time me.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to hold down my brake. I'm going to let it go after the minute, and the examiner tells me I'm good to go. And I will say I did not lose more than 4 psi in that 1 minute. At which point I'm going to continue fanning down to about 60 psi, where both my indicators will come out and my buzzer will sound off. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay. Both my indicators have come out, and my buzzer sound came out, so that's proper. It's working properly. I'm going to continue fanning down my brakes to about 20 psi, where both my tractor supply line and my trailer supply line valves will pop out. That will indicate that my spring valves are properly working. I'm going to do that now. That's one. That's the second one. Both my valves, spring valves popped out, so that means they're properly working. At this point, I will conduct another safety start. I'll make sure that my truck is in neutral. I will press my clutch all the way in, and I will start my vehicle. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and air it all the way up to 125. During this point, if we did have chocks in the vehicle, I would have stepped off by using 3 points of contact, removing the chocks, returning back inside my vehicle by using 3 points of contact, and then reattaching my safety belt back on. We're gonna get some air here back up to 125. It's still going.
And at what point do you say something you forgot from the InCab?
If I forgot anything in the InCab, I can always go back and mention that I forgot something from the InCab, but at no point I can't forget anything from the air brake system. If I forget anything on the air brake system and I fail to mention it before I end it, that could be an automatic fail.
Yeah.
So far, I can't think of anything that I have forgotten on the InCab. I'm making sure that I get everything on the air brake system correctly.
Yeah.
You're allowed to forget maybe 1 or 2 things here in the InCab and still be able to pass the exam, but you're not allowed to forget anything on the air brake system.
Well, I can mention something you forgot.
What did I forget?
The highway horn and the...
At the beginning I mentioned them. When we go back to the video.
Okay. I was like, what? Was I asleep?
Okay, so I gained enough air pressure there. So here what I'm going to go ahead and test out is I'm going to test out my trailer brakes.
Okay.
So it's the opposite of one or the other. Since I'm testing the trailer brake, I'll press in my tractor brake.
Okay.
Put it in first gear, and then I'm going to go ahead and slowly let the clutch out, and I should feel some pullback. I do. That means my trailer brakes are properly working.
Yes.
I release it, make sure it's in neutral. Now I'm going to test my tractor brakes. I'm going to press the opposite, which is the trailer now. Then I'm going to put it back in first gear. Then I'm going to go ahead and release the clutch slowly. And I should feel some movement.
Yeah.
That means my tractor brakes are properly working. Okay, at this point, I'll put it back in neutral, release all brakes. Now I'm going to conduct a pull-up test, which is basically testing out the braking system that they have even brake wear. If I veer off when I take off, after I set my brakes, or I push my brakes in, I shouldn't veer off to the left or to the right. If I do, it's an indication of bad brake wear. So I'm going to press in both. I'm going to put it in about fourth gear. Okay, I'm going to put my hands to the side of the steering wheel, make sure that I'm clear to go, and I'm going to go ahead and release the clutch so I can gain at least 5 miles per hour. As soon as I gain about 5 miles per hour, I will put the clutch in and slowly apply the brakes. I noticed that my truck did not veer to the left or to the right, which means it's an indication of proper brake wear. At this point, I've conducted my InCab and my air brakes test. Thank you guys.
You're welcome.